Hello Muzzy Beat lovers, it's time for another vlog. Okay, I'm going to show you around our garden here at Urban Towers. I came across these clips about 2 years ago. See? They basically clamp onto pots and stuff. We had a load of pots, just we were tripping over them in the garden, so we had to work out a way of attaching them to the wall in some way. So these clips I got from a seed company at half price. They were, I don't believe in paying full price for anything, so I thought I'll try them. I've had them about 2 years now, and they kind of work, you know. They decorate a otherwise bare wall with plants, vertical gardening, and they work great, you know. The plants catch the sun. This is a south-facing wall, so they do quite well. Obviously, it's the end of October now, so things are coming to an end. Begonias, well, we're looking at a very cold weekend this weekend. In the next 48 hours, it's going to get very cold, so I imagine they're going to be dying off. So after the first frost, I'm going to have to start collecting the culms of them. They're too nice to disturb at the moment. I don't want to destroy the plants at the moment until I really have to. These, going back to these brackets, they don't rust. That's good. They've been in there for 2 years and they're still pristine, galvanised. This is our shed, our garden shed. Poetry. It's a poetry shed. We've decorated it with quotes from Lord Byron, of all poets. We have a poetry theme going on around the garden. Everything's about poetry. So, you know, being one of the romantic poets, it seems quite appropriate, and they look nice. This is about the third overhaul this shed has had, because we had the idea of, first of all, decorating it every year, you know, changing the thing on it. And it had a before this, it was looked like a bit of a triffid kind of plants, purple berries on it and stuff. So we got fed up with that and thought, well, we want something a bit different. So poetry kind of works well. It's nice to decorate things. What do you think? Of course, our bird table, essential that we feed our birds during winter. So everything goes on there, and we have regular visitors, especially pigeons. We kind of visit us once or twice a day, which is great. Yeah. Seating area. We all need a seating area and patio. We've got a little covered patio here, so we can sit out in the rain. And who wouldn't want to sit out in a thunderstorm? Yeah? So, let's take a walk down the garden path to our little sunny harbour. We built this harbour about 2 years ago. We've got a covered archway here, so it's more secluded. It catches the early morning sun, this place. It's a great place to come and hide. Well, I sometimes come down here and play the guitar or read, just to be, you know, a bit secluded. Again, surrounded by begonias. I love these begonias, they're so showy, aren't they? Yeah. So, that's basically the garden. We have a few alcoves. This lean-to we got when we moved in here about 1997, and it's been here ever since. The only thing I've changed is the plastic I've had to replace over the years. That's gone, but it's a nice place to, you know, start off seedlings and stuff like that. I've got peppers in there at the moment and some miner's lettuce and stuff. Have you got any of these in your garden? These ivy-leaved toadflax. You can eat them. Interesting plant, the toadflax. Comes from Italy. It's been in this country since the 1600s, and you can put them in salads and stuff. It's got a peppery, slightly bitter taste, so I'd only use a few leaves, but these grow everywhere. These are grown in walls and crevices and stuff like that. Quite nice. Although I don't think I'd eat a full bowl of them. It's amazing what you find when you look around. Ivy-leaved toadflax in its natural environment, growing in the cracks of walls all over the country, and neglected pots. Flowers are fascinating. These are demon red peppers. I think it's about time I started to take some off. And there we have it, a nice dainty little crop of Thai chilies. I think I'll freeze them, and they will come in useful on these cold and chilly nights to come. I picked this monster turnip from the plot last night, £3.5. I'm going to turn it into a jack-o'-lantern. Just going to give you an update on the plot now. We've got an Arctic blast coming down from Scotland tonight, so it's good. Just come down and to check on it and see how everything is. So let's have a look. So in here we've got garlic and elephant garlic, which we can just see. It's just popping its head through there. Some of the elephant garlic, and another one over there. Something's been digging in this bed, I notice. Maybe a cat or something. Some garlic coming through there. We've got wallflowers, and we're going to overwinter them here in this little space. Some more garlic coming up there, so that's encouraging. Let's have a look. The other day we just got some red cabbage in. I've got a little row of red cabbage here, drumhead cabbage, only little seedlings at the moment, but we put them in this little space there. Next to it we've got Swedes overwintering. Okay, I've just pulled back the polytunnels to check on the seedlings here, and all in all they're doing quite well. Only put them in about a week or so ago, but they're weathering up. Kohlrabi and spring cabbage. So it's good to check on them now and again and pull the polytunnels back. I noticed that when I did, they were a bit dried out because obviously they're not getting rained on. So occasionally you will need to water them and weed them and stuff. So that's easy enough to do. It's a good idea to take the polytunnels back and give them a watering, because they don't get natural water being under plastic. So it's a bit like being in a greenhouse. You have to water them every so often. Obviously not overwintering, you don't have to water them every day, but you know, just keep a check on them, because you are protecting them from the rain and everything. We'll check on our coal frame. I haven't seen these for a few days, so let's see. Just unscrewed the thing. Butterfly nut to you, butterfly nut. There we go. Let's have a look. Here we go. They've come on a bit since I planted them up about 2 weeks ago, probably. Yeah. Mitsuma mustard, which I've got a more mature plant elsewhere on the plot, which I'm cultivating from, but they'll see us through over winter. It's like an oriental lettuce, I suppose you'd call it. It's very lettucey in its texture. It's nice on sandwiches as a salad crop. Spring onions, white Lisbon. They're doing fine. In fact, they're thriving in the coal frame. So, hope they survived the coal snap that's coming up. We'll have a look in the greenhouse now to see how they're doing. And we planted these up last week. Here we go. Here's all our seedlings. And they seem fine, don't they? Overwintering crop of seedlings there, all different types of stuff. So I'll keep giving you a progress report on these. There's still stuff here. I noticed that some of the seedlings in the polytunnels have been eaten, so I've got extras here that I can put in, some spring cabbage and kohlrabi, etc. So it's good to keep aside a few. These are some seedlings that need to go in here. There's cornflowers, which we're going to plant around the plot. Some granny's bonnets, which I've actually planted a row of granny's bonnets out. They're lovely as cottage garden flower, so, and various other things there. So everything's coming up rosy. I think I'm gonna harvest these peppers today because they're quite juicy. So that's that. Plans I've got for this area here, in front of the shed. Over winter, this is a wildflower area, but over the years it's been neglected a bit and it's gone a bit crazy. It's gone a bit wild. This is a lovely plant. This is agrimony. It's got little seed heads to it, you see. So I'm going to pick some of them seed heads and plant them up. Agrimony is lovely wildflower, which we purchased from the National Wildflower Centre when it was going. It's sadly it's no more. But I'm going to dig that plant up and put it elsewhere and see what else I can salvage. All this needs to be, we need to cultivate into like a cottagey garden area. With some flowers, old English flowers. We've got some hollyhocks growing and some sweet peas that I'm going to train up the side of the shed. But also behind this this fence that's decayed now, is a pond that I want to uncover and make into a feature. So I'm going to do this over winter, and you can follow my progress or our progress as we get on. The arch there, we've got some clematis growing on this arch, but it's a bit collapsed. You can't walk through it anymore, so I'm going to rebuild that arch area. The gate area, we quite like the gate area, but it doesn't open and close properly, so we need to sort that out as well. Here we've got some bamboo mixed with brambles and stuff. That was a tiny plant when we put it in, but now it's just grown to mammoth proportions. So what I'm going to have to do, we've got some rhubarb growing under here as well, and another pond on this side. So I really need to get on top of this this winter. So I'm going to try and sort all this front area of the plot out. It's quite a sizable area, so you can follow me as we progress on this journey. There's the back of it, you can see. It extends. That bamboo just gets everywhere, just takes over, and that's just over after a few years of growth, you know. So yeah, there's the back. So I need to sort all this area out, so you can just see the pond there if you look very carefully. I'll try and zoom in. There's the pond, and we've got frogs and stuff in there as well. It's a lovely little pond when we built it, but over the years it's just become crowded out a bit. So it's going to take me a while, some more agrimony there that I think I need to put in a better place. And agrimony here, it started off as one plant and it's spread. This is all agrimony. Beautiful plant agrimony. So I'm going to harvest the seeds as well, I think. You can just see it, get a glimpse of the other pond there. There we go, blackbird. Right, so that's what we've got planned this winter to do, winter job. What I find at winter is that you don't get many people down on the plot at winter. People think, you know, gardening on the plots is a summertime thing, but you know what? I find the busiest time is actually during the winter, because there's so many things to do in preparation for next spring. You know, and not only have you got your overwintering crops to look after, but you've got to, you know, you've got to in some way keep the plot sort of ticking over. So it's not a time to just be twiddling your thumbs, really. You've got to be planning ahead for next year. There's still cropping to do. I've still got apples to take off the trees, which I'll try and take before the light goes today. So I'll try and take them apples off the trees. This composting bin still needs a bit of work. We need to get these composting bins here. We've got a nettle area here, nettles, which we've set aside for wildlife, which is important. But I still need to sort out what to do with this back area. I think we've got a compost mound there, but I think we need to start a leaf mound off for even more compost. Yeah. So that's it. Catherine's over there. She's picking some more crab apples. Let's go and see what she's got to do. There's
got a fair few left on the tree yet.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. I think we've got. May have enough to make a couple of more crab apple jelly pots.
Oh yeah, and we can mix them with some chilli. Make chilli jam. That'd be good. Or chilli jelly.
Chilli jelly, yeah. With crab apples would be lovely.
Or you can mix them with.
We can mix them with hawthorn and rose hips.
Yeah.
And make a hedgerow. Well,
hedgerow.
In fact, what's nice is hawthorn and rose hip hedgerow jam together.
Oh, lovely.
That makes a lovely, beautiful,
gorgeous.
royal, very Moorish type of jam.
I suppose it's similar to the crab apple jelly that we made the other week, the other day.
Yeah, you do it in a similar way.
Yeah.
But it's a different texture.
But it's just slightly different ingredients.
But we've got some more rose hips as well here.
Yes.
And we need to gather enough to make maybe another rose hip liqueur, so fill a litre jar again.
So we need to go on another foraging trip, don't we?
At the minute.
Yeah.
we could do with a bit of foraging.
Yeah.
I'm foraging.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Listen, anybody up for a good forage? Because we're going out foraging.
There's an abundance of food out there.
We're probably-
That nearly went all over the floor.
We're probably going out and
We're looking for sloes as well.
Sloe
to make
berries?
some sloe gin.
yeah,
We're looking for hawthorns and
Yes.
rose hips to
Yes.
make some jam.
yeah,
We're going to make another batch of rose hip liqueur up
yes.
and possibly some more crabapple jelly.
Oh, that'd be
Who
lovely.
knows?
Lovely. So
When we get the time to do all this, like
it's like the old wartime saying, isn't it? We won't starve this winter, will we, Mother?
no, and we won't sleep in Father's grave.
Thanks for joining us, and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please like it and tell your mates. Crab apples.